Hey y'all, I just want to point out something. This online business isn't really built for people with 9 to 5s. I mean, what I'm saying is it's not built for people with responsibilities. I mean, as I look at the information I'm seeing online, the stuff I'm getting on my email, it just doesn't add up. I mean, well, let me back up a little bit. See, when I came up, the internet didn't exist the way that it did right now, or the way that it does right now. When I typed in on my computer how to make money on the internet, it just came up with some spammy stuff. And I'm sure someone was making money with that. But it wasn't really a viable means, anything I could think of doing on how to make money. I mean, it wasn't even easy to collect money outside of a check or cash back when I was looking online for this stuff. So the only way to make extra money would be to get an extra job. So that's where I was. Um, I did end up getting into a business at some point, working that on the side. And the guy that I was my mentor in that business strongly suggested, heavily suggested, explain how important it was for me to quit my job because there's no way that you could be successful unless you're all the way in, all the way committed to the business. I mean, he it gave me some analogy like you can't get from one side of the room without leaving the wall and getting to the other wall. So, with that in mind, I mean, I had all my licenses. Yes, I am talking about doing some kind of insurance. Um, so, I had all my licenses and I did make a few sales to some friends and I think some family actually. And I was on my way. I knew that I could make some sales, and there I was. So I quit my job. And that was the worst idea I ever had financially. It was catastrophic. All of a sudden, I didn't have any money coming in on a regular basis, and just it just didn't work out. So when I did finally get a job, I made a mental note to myself that I can always do something with an income stream, but I can't do anything without having any money coming in. And that was my experience. And so when I go online nowadays or get this stuff in email saying quit my job, it's like, okay. And you got to look at where the information is coming from. Mind you, everyone is speaking through their own experience. I'm telling you about my experience. You've had your own. But a lot of people, their mindset or experience has been, I didn't want a job. I hated working for someone else. I was doing this BS job. I was making minimum wage, those kind of things. And in those instances, or I was living at home with my parents. That's something else. Or my spouse, significant other, whatever, they were paying all the bills. You don't often hear the real story of someone going from working a job, a 9 to 5 that they don't hate. I mean, that was the other thing. You got to hate your job. So I'm getting this information now saying, hey, you go all in, you quit your job, move to another part of the world where it's cheaper, and then you can build your business and just stack cash. None of these things are working for me. It just doesn't work. So I have to. I'm always listening to stuff, but now I'm doing a better job at filtering on what I'm hearing. Because when I first got in, I thought that when I say first got in, when I first started joining this internet space, my first thought was, okay, everyone who's selling something is got to be telling the truth. And well, let's just say a lot of the stuff that was being shared doesn't exactly or didn't exactly work the way that they explained that it would. So hey, it's all about the learning process and getting better at what I'm doing. So here we are. Saying it's not built for people with 9 to 5s, people with responsibilities. Yes, I could. I could quit my job right now and go all in on this business of building a business online. But I don't really know what's happening just yet. I am just learning the skills. Mind you, the people that I see that are successful, that are talking about this kind of thing, they either they're younger, didn't have a lot of responsibilities, single, they could work all day on something and work all night. They are, or also if you're older, you may be an entrepreneur. Like you already have experience in making money for yourself. And so this is just an add-on. This is an addition. There is a different skill set. It's not just a different skill set. It's a different mindset. And I won't say even working for someone else, working for yourself, and then employing other people. It's a different mindset. So those are the things that I'm learning about now. And one of the big things I did was I started creating YouTube videos. Really, in all the things that I've seen recently, and the stuff that makes sense to me, creating content has been the main factor, a big constant, and something that I felt like I needed to know how to do because it's hard to do. It's easy, it's simple, but it's hard to make content on a consistent basis, day in and day out. So here we are. I'm making content. I'm going from a consumer, someone who used to just consume information and I would just sit on it. Like I would be constipated. I would be uh, constipated from all the information that I was doing because I would never do anything with it. It would just sit, and I would just have this knowledge, this awareness of how things work, and never really understand how things actually work. So I started creating YouTube videos around just different things that I'm going through, thoughts in my head, things that I would like to share with myself and you, if you're watching this, that, hey, if you're watching this, maybe you have a job that you don't hate. I mean, you wouldn't mind if you didn't have to work it anymore, but you don't hate it. You exactly dread what your job is. And that's great. But maybe you want something more, like myself. I'd like to have something extra outside or in addition to my job because let's face it, my job pays the bills. It gives me stability. I have a family, I have a wife, I have children, I've got bills, and maybe that's my fault. Maybe I'm supposed to not have any, not have a wife, not have kids, not have bills, and just supposed to go all in on it. And mind you, there are a lot of people who were able to be successful before they took that extra step and became married and had other responsibilities. But that was a track I was trying to go on, then a track that I was able to get on. And the other thing is, um, a lot of success, and I'm doing a daily analysis. A lot of success, luck has a lot to do with it. And I'm not saying like luck like lottery luck, but I'm just to be fortunate. Um, you come around at the right time when there's a lot of opportunity. Let's face it, nowadays with the internet, there's a lot more opportunities for someone who is in their teens and 20s to be a millionaire or multimillionaire than there was 20 years ago. I mean, that's a valid fact. Let me give you another example. Let's say you play basketball, and you're really good at it. You're really good at the sport. You could be a professional. I mean, if you're not born, I hate this is going to sound crazy, but imagine you're playing basketball and your career peaks in the 90s. You didn't play on the Bulls, and you didn't play for Houston. That was about a solid 8 years, 8 years, 8 years in the 90s where the only people that got rings were you played for the Bulls or you played for Houston. And so that's how things happen. So I mean, I'm just talking. I'm just sharing ideas here. So if there is a way to make a business online without blowing up your life, without sacrificing everything you have to be successful, to have that financial freedom that everyone talks about, I'm going to find it. And if you are looking for it, you can follow along with me. But I just wanted to share, make my public service announcement that, this internet stuff, a lot of stuff you hear is just not built for someone with a 9 to 5. Also known as responsibilities. Thanks.